I appreciate you guys tuning in this month. I've got an exciting show planned. I've got the auction folks up here. We're going to talk to those guys. We're going to take a look at some of the cars we're sending to auction, and the 66 Ford is done. We're going to take a look. Oh, you guys didn't know I built a 66 Ford truck. Well, actually, we did this express. We started it the day after filming last month, and it's done today. So we'll take a look at it. We're also going to take a look at some of the artwork Chastity and I created to auction off for a charity that we'll explain to you in a little bit. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we're going to take a look in the shop.
Sounds great.
Crazy about a shot man.
Hello. Hey, Richard, how are you? Good to see you.
Hey, Mandy.
Hey, Richard, how are you?
Doing great. Where's the old man?
James is right in here.
All right.
Hey, James, here's Richard and Richard.
I just finished, guys.
Good to see
How you
you.
doing?
Doing good, man. How you doing
How long
today?
did it take y'all to get up here?
Oh, about an hour.
That's not too bad.
No.
As a builder, as a car builder, sometimes I don't have a way to liquidate what I've built. I can set it out front and try to sell it. Hopefully somebody drives by and sees it. When the auction guys came to my shop, they seen the hot rods out front. They stopped in, with the idea of maybe I got something for sale. As we got to talking, them being involved in a charity, number one, and then this is possibly a way for me to liquidate some of my automobiles. Check it
Ooh,
out.
look at that.
So,
All right.
so what do you think?
That's magnificent.
Hey, I'm glad you guys came today. If you don't mind, can you hang out a little while?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
want to talk a little bit about the auction.
Okay.
I've got a couple of cars ready for you guys. Get your opinion on them. And
All right.
maybe the guys on TV too, if you could maybe answer some questions, help us out. Now these two pieces I'm hoping you guys can auction off for Wounded Warriors. The Wounded Warriors. Now, the cool thing about this auction is, I know you guys see them on TV like Barrett Jackson, Mecum, and all those big auctions. Well, these guys are no different. Man, they've got some fantastic cars down there, and they give back a little bit. So it was my idea. They said, they showed me their flyer, and they said, well, we support so-and-so, the Wounded Warriors Association. And I said, well, how can I help? What can I do to give back? And they said, well, you can donate something to the auction. Well, you know what? Chastity and I got together. Instead of just donating something, we created two pieces of art. One-of-a-kind pieces of art that can be auctioned off. I hope it raises them some good money. I really do.
That's man cave material right there.
You ain't lying. What we did was we just prepped them. We clear coated them. I had Chaston do some pinstripe work on the old Chevy hood and the old Chevy grill shell. And hopefully we can generate some money for those guys. I mean, it's a charity worthwhile, without a doubt. Now, the hood is a 1950 Chevrolet hood that I saved from a crusher. That thing was on its way to the junkyard for somebody to sell it for scrap steel. I bought it on the way to the crusher. 1950 Chevy truck hood. The grill shell is off a 32 to a 33 Chevrolet. I saved it the same way, but a different guy. I hate to see old car parts getting crushed. I cringe at that thought because they don't make them anymore. Listen, before we go outside, maybe you guys can tell us a little bit about the auction. I had some questions on our Facebook page. People have been asking us some questions about it. So just basically tell me about the auction. What is it? Where is it at?
Well, Peach Auction Sales, now we've been in business for 3 years as far as classic car auctions are concerned. We're right off I-75, about 15 miles south of Macon.
Now, if I'm headed south, y'all are on the left.
We're on the left.
Big metal building.
It is, up on the hill. We got
That's
60 acres of land, about
What exit is that?
146.
Exit 146. Good deal. So, I'll be honest with you, I'm excited about this. I've got some cars ready to go to auction,
That's what I want to hear.
but I've got some questions. Some of the questions people are asking me, and I just don't have the answers, are this. So, I can register my car online,
You can, at our website.
and then how soon do I need to get the cars down there for the auction?
Well, the main thing is to be able to put the auction cars out there so people can see what's coming. So if we've got good photographs, good description, we post those on our internet website. We also post them on the Hemmings website.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which
That's a
gets
good-
probably 4 million visits a month. I mean, it is
Fantastic.
heavily trafficked.
So, but if I get them, as soon as I can get them there, so people can actually come there and view the cars too.
Yeah,
ahead
that's
of time.
good.
So I think the 2 or 3 we've got ready, we'll get them down there today and tomorrow, if that's all
that'll
right with
work
y'all.
great. That'll work
Now,
great.
a couple of the other questions are this. So I fill out all my registration. You guys handle it for me. I can come down and enjoy this, right? Just like
Absolutely.
a Barrett Jackson or a Mecum auto auction.
It is.
I can come down and enjoy it like I watch it on TV. I can see this thing live. Let's say I can sign my car with you. You sell the car, you handle all the transactions. Who pays me?
We do.
You guys pay me.
Right.
And how long after the car is sold do I get paid?
We try to clear all the checks and get them out to the customers within 5 to 7 business days.
Fantastic. Those were the main questions I had was when, where. You guys handle it, so I don't have any worries as a seller.
Right.
And then the check comes in the mail. You can't beat it, man.
Well, we think it's a good deal, and we're trying to build a very respectable classic car auction in the state of Georgia, which hasn't had
Absolutely.
one in a long time.
And by looking at the website, the cars you guys have, man, those are some quality cars. That Studebaker truck knocks my socks off. I may have to bring it home.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a neat look. And I noticed some Crosleys on there. Those cars, man, are scarce as hen's teeth, you know?
They
when it
are.
comes to finding something like that. And you guys have gone out and found those cool cars, those rare cars.
Well, we've been fortunate. We got all the cars from a collection in Tennessee, and the Crosleys are
Oh,
part
wow.
of that.
Yeah.
And but we're starting to get more cars from the East Tennessee, South Carolina area. We're getting cars out of East Alabama now. and
Well, you're going to
North
get
Florida.
about 4 from Campbell's Customs,
That's
if that's
good.
all right with y'all.
It's great.
And if you guys got time, you approve of this? Is this the
Absolutely.
kind of stuff you want?
That's beautiful.
And maybe we can create another piece of art. And if you got time, I'd like you to go out and give me your opinion on the Corvette and the Avanti that we're going to bring to auction.
Absolutely.
My 66 Ford truck's almost ready. I want you to look at it too. I'm going to tell you what's the truth. My dog Blindy loves riding in the 66. So yeah, it's going to be hard for me to let go. The old Plymouth in the back, it's almost ready. But if we look at the Avanti and the Corvette and my 66 Ford truck, sound like a good idea?
Sounds great.
Now
Let's
this
do it.
auction is what? The September?
September the 12th
12th.
and 13th. So the 12th is a preview party for the people that consign their cars or our bidders. And we'll do a little bit of auctioning of memorabilia maybe Friday night.
Maybe this stuff.
Maybe. And then Saturday is the big auction, starts at 10 o'clock. Of course, it's open to the public. And we'll be raising some money for the Georgia Wounded Heroes charity.
Fantastic.
So,
Fantastic. Well, let's go take a look at these cars.
Okay.
See what you think. You know, I built this Corvette about 4 years ago.
yeah.
Still think it's very presentable. It's a good driving car. The Avanti now, on the other hand, is an unmolested car. Never been monkeyed with. You know, granted, it's starting to show its age.
yeah.
But all in all, I still think it's a very presentable car. You know, if somebody was to buy this car, this could be a great just daily driver the way it is. The Avanti, it's a survivor car, and it's just time. It's time for somebody else to enjoy those automobiles.
Everybody's not just a collector. A lot
That's
of people
right.
are looking for something older that they can enjoy, go out in a driver. They don't want something,
And still somebody-
$100,000 car that they're going to just run around the neighborhood and
Somebody
have
can
a good
look at it
time
and
in.
say, what is this, you know? And then they get into the conversation about explaining it.
Yeah.
Now, the Corvette I built maybe 4 years ago, and it's time to go. It's time for me to do something else. I guess this is probably going on its 4th year, and it is a decent driver. But to be honest with you, for an entry level, if somebody's wanting to buy a Corvette as an entry level Corvette, man, this is a great car to do that with,
Oh, yeah.
you know? So what do you think? Are they worthy to take to the...
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And the one I'm most excited about is my 66, if you guys want to go back there and take a look at it. The 66 Ford truck, I've got a soft spot for that body style of truck. I think they're the best built Ford trucks. Now I know my truck, the Beast, is a 54, but the truth of the matter is those mid-60s trucks, in my opinion, are the best built Ford trucks. Where I grew up in the Panhandle of Florida, there was a company named Miller Oil Company, and they were a Chevron company. And I found, and I remember as a kid, I found a picture of that 66 Ford truck with a Chevron logo on the door, and I'm thinking about doing that tomorrow.
I think that'd be sharp.
I was lucky to come across that truck. There's no dents in it. There's a couple on the tailgate. But the truck, usually a truck will have the sides beat off of it. You know, there weren't trucks. I found this truck, it was kind of a barn find. It wasn't beat up, it did have some rust surface on it. So what I did to that truck was this. I basically preserved it the way, you know, it took almost 50 years to make it look that good. So why should I monkey with it?
That looks sharp.
Fantastic.
And I love the wheels.
Yeah.
Little baby moons
Now
on
that's
there.
factory size wheel for this car.
Yeah.
Or for this truck. That's what would have been on there.
Looks great.
Did you see under the hood?
That door shuts.
You know what I did to this truck? Basically, I prepped it, sanded it, I clear coated the truck. So it's preserved, it's not going to rust anymore. I used a chemical that treated all the little surface rust, so it's not going to come back. I treated all the rust with a chemical that the Navy uses. The rust won't come back. Then I clear coated that truck. It's just as hard to paint it that way as it was to paint it any other way. I then had it pit chased and pinstriped it. I redid the interior, put tires and wheels on it, reminiscent of what would have been on there. That was the exact size of wheel and tire that came on that truck, of course the chrome hubcaps. I put a modern 351 Windsor in that truck. It's just as fast as a modern Mustang. I would call that truck a sleeper. And it is, it's a sleeper. I put electronic ignition in it so there's no points. You hit the key and it cranks like a brand new vehicle. New carburetor, like I say, freshened up the motor, automatic transmission. Now, something else to that truck. Those trucks didn't come with power steering and disc brakes. That truck's got it. So now it's got power steering, power disc brakes, so it's safe and reliable. I put halogen headlights in it. I tried to make it drive and run as close to a modern truck as I could. And you know, I could have pleated it, but in '66, a work truck had a plain bench seat in it.
It did.
I put a bed liner. Now on the bed liner, I did this. There was surface rust. So I stripped the rust, I treated it with that chemical, the same chemical the Navy uses, and I put a bed liner in it. My goal behind this truck was to preserve it, make it look cool, but still be a great driver. Dual Flowmaster exhaust, the new tires, the new wheels.
I like this fact that the door right here evidently had a little yellow on it at one time.
Well, I think the door had been replaced. You know what I figured out about this? You guys look at this. This is so cool. So the truck doesn't have air. It never had air in it. So riding down the road, you're sitting with your arm here and your hand resting right there.
Right.
So you got your arm marks, you got the finger marks for years of driving this truck.
And it's got the best invention they ever had in a car with no air, and that's the wing window.
That's right,
Yeah.
that's right. But it is a sleeper. You see that truck at a red light, you think, oh, that's somebody's old farm truck. No, sir. It will flat light them up. And it hang with anything on the road. So it's kind of fun having something like that. So, all in all, I'm really stoked about the truck.
It's nice.
Every girl crazy about a shot dance man.
David, man, this fan blowing the it's that
good all over.
it's that odor. What?
Hey, that's my personal stash, man.
What? I mean,
Hey,
what? I mean, come on.
that's good. That's a good deal right there.
Oh Lord, I tell you what, you know, I just last episode decided to put David on TV, and he came in all spruced up, his hair fixed, and stunk to high heaven. Axe whatever this spray is. You know what? My shop is supposed to smell like grease and oil and paint. I walked out there today and there's 4 empty bottles of cologne, and he's steady putting. Omar looked like he was, you know, he said he liked it. I don't know. Omar, is this smell of this cologne bothering you today?
I like it.
You like the cologne smell?
I like the smell.
Daryl over there just a smiling. And he got the fan blowing. He's got the fan blowing from his cologne onto you guys.
That's right.
I don't know. To me, it smelled like a lady's boutique and not a garage. So, but yeah, he's turning out the work. That's all that matters. He's getting the job done. He's getting it done right.
Nobody said you can't work hard, smell good too.
Where's my dog at? She's probably hacking from all the fumes. Ladies Boutique, I tell you what. Bath and Body Works is what it smelled like out there.
Because I'm hiding.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I got a bad taste in my mouth from the cologne that boy's wearing. You know how the cologne lingers in the air and then you get the taste of it in your mouth?
Yeah.
I gotta talk to him about that. That's embarrassing. I'm surprised somebody started hacking and coughing. Listen, okay, so the two pieces of art me and Chasten did, that's going for, what's the charity?
Georgia Wounded Heroes.
Now, they're here in Hampton, right?
They are.
And I think, who's the guy behind that?
Brian Brakefield, and he has some other guys on the board of directors with him.
He's the State Farm guy in town,
He
isn't
is.
he? Yeah, so that's a good charity. I'm glad we did that. I'm gonna try to get another piece put together.
Yeah.
And I think the Avanti and the Corvette, we're gonna go ahead and get them down to you guys, and we'll get them in the warehouse so people can start looking.
That's good because we get a lot of traffic in there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And if you're lucky and you act right, I'll take you out to dinner when we go down.
Definitely.
It's a good place to eat down there.
We own a restaurant,
Get out of town. Where's it at?
Captain Jack's Crab Shack in Byron.
We've been meaning to stop there and eat.
Well, I've been there.
All right, we'll see.
We'll take care of you.
I appreciate you guys coming.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, we'll take you over there to be our treat.
There you go. You heard that? His treat.
I heard that.
Good to see you.
We'll see you guys later on this afternoon or sometime tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go crazy about a shot dance man.
I was so overwhelmed. You know, I wrote this little book, and it's not a big book. You know, it'd take you all of 30 minutes to read it, but it's kind of a brief history of why I do what I do. We was asked by Speakeasy Bookstore to put a book signing at their store, and I thought, well, you know what? If I get 5 or 10 people, it'll be great. We had over 150 people come through. I bought a couple hundred books. I'm down to 15. So I was just overwhelmed at the people that wanted my book, that are interested enough in what I do, that wants to see my book. So I was real proud of that.
That's awesome.
Now you're gonna be on my TV show.
Well, good. I tell you, James is probably one of the best men I know. I just love it, man. I love every time I'm around you. I'm always inspired by something awesome.
And I'll tell you something else. Do you guys remember a few months ago I had a magazine that my Zombie Slayer bike had been published in, and Chuck and I were so proud that it came out in a magazine. Now it came out in another magazine, and all things on the cover. Now this magazine is Wicked Women. So in the book, or in the magazine, there's all kinds of pinup models, from zombie pinup to everything else. And lo and behold, mine and Chuck's bike got center spread. So that's cool, and as well the cover. Chuck's head's so big now, you know, got his bikes published in 2 or 3 magazines. I call Chuck on the phone, and I get a secretary now. So, you know, what do you do?
N.A. That was named after my parents.
Are you gonna read it?
How long have you known me?
I haven't known you that long.
A couple, 3 years? Let me just check that out.
What does it say?
You'll think you've known me the rest of your whole life.
It just says to Johanna from James Z. What does
right.
that mean?
That means you're my new friend.
Oh, thank you.
Broken windows, 2 broken doors, and 4 flat tires. I've been down there rocking till my rock on fire. I'm back in my hot rod from hell, in my hot rod from hell, in my hot rod from hell. In my heart.